Everybody, welcome to another episode of Zoning Out. I am Jordan Century. I am on social media as Jordan Century. To my right, I have Jonathan Williams on social media as Mr. Williams Comedy.
That's the only thing I was going to say.
So official.
And to the left, still NC's funniest. All right, it hasn't been a year yet, so for the time being,
feels like it.
Jason Allen King.
Talks about it.
Yeah, it's the first thing out of my mouth. I sound like him with his Instagram handle.
It's true. You've actually changed your real name. Your Instagram handle is your real name now. Like, you just tell people to address you as King Jason Allen.
That's right. That's right. I start with my, the ring out first, so that people will kiss the ring.
Kiss the ring.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm hard to be around now.
He is
now.
Jonathan, I got a peek of some of the apps that you had on your like screen.
Why were you looking at my? Okay.
Because you had made it a point of keeping it unlocked, and you had your brightness set up probably to the max.
Okay. Fair.
That's
Fair
why.
enough.
That's why he needs the battery pack.
You've
on
effectively defended how you saw it. Go ahead. Thoughts?
My thought is
ready for them.
I'm not saying you have the OnlyFans app. I'm just saying there's an app on your phone that looks very similar to the OnlyFans app.
I don't have the OnlyFans
And in my defense, I don't even know what that
I
looks
actually
like.
don't either.
Jordan, so
That looks
Jordan?
like an OF right there
What
at
is
the
it?
bottom, but I think it is.
What?
Oh, it's a whale. Is that a whale? What is that?
Is that
Sound
whale?
core?
It's
Is
my
that whale facts?
head. I don't have
Okay,
AirPods
but Jason,
because
to the side, does that not look like an O and an F kind of joined together?
Yeah, it does actually.
Okay.
Shut up, Jordan.
And it's blue.
All we've learned here
It's
is
blue.
that you're the only one of us who knows what the OnlyFans logo looks like. What a fucking backfire!
You
kind of walked.
What a backfire!
You kind of walked into that one, Jordan.
You know
I gotta be
what,
honest.
You
Jason,
built the house and walked into it.
We're never like if you're not gonna back me
I
up,
know.
we're never jumping on Jonathan again. All right, you gotta roll.
What? Don't threaten me, man.
All right, everybody.
I've turned them against each other. This has literally been my plan.
This has been a good day for you so far. You were on
time.
time. You beat me here.
Yeah,
so that's a win. Actually, I shouldn't say. Was he on time?
I
Or you
was
just here
on
before
time.
me?
No, if I beat you here, I'm on time.
That all right? Fine. I'll let you have it.
No, don't let him have that one. Now let's get back on.
Oh, no, feel free to try and take that away from me, but I will believe it and hold on to it forever.
I can't prove it, so you gotta let it go.
I can't remember exactly when he was here, but it was definitely before.
Gosh, I can't
Yeah,
believe
for sure.
I can't remember either.
Plausible
It was
deniability. Live by it.
7:15. It was 7:15 if I remember correctly.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was
Anyway.
definitely not that. That is still a thing. It's
It
still,
is.
The lateness is still not just you, but me and like just people in general. I know you hate it.
I do.
I am late. I've always been late. I always will be late. It's a
Yeah.
thing. It's just how it is.
But I have.
But I have tried. I've gone through periods where I'm like, all right, let's try this, and this. I've tried everything. Set your watch faster. Like I've done all the stuff.
Okay.
And that's why I feel comfortable now, just being
Just
like,
embracing it.
This is who I am because I have tried many times.
Well, tell you what, I'm going to defend it a little bit just because you guys know that I can be late as well. I'm not late for work, but I am in the casual settings. I'm usually a little bit late, but I'm not like 2 hours late. I'm 15 minutes late. You know what I mean? That's the difference. But no, I work with people with film stuff, L.A., New York, all these people. The South is slow, man. They're slow. I don't know if it's considered late, but they're always slow. They're slow to call back. They're slow to email back. They're slow to get answers to anything. So I'm just saying there's also a culture that we live in that's kind of supporting our behavior.
There it is, and that's part of the reason why I don't like people from outside the South moving here because I don't want
Messing
them
it
speeding
up.
things up. Like,
Yeah.
I like this leisurely pace.
no notes.
Yeah. I'm totally fine with that too.
As far as I'm concerned, there's almost nothing to complain about in the South. It's. I'm just kidding. No, that is one of the only. That's one of the few things that I would like not to change about the South. There's plenty to change, but let's keep that. Let's keep the slow.
Yeah.
I like it.
There's a lot. You love North Carolina. I love the South again, minus all of the the history,
The
and
horrific
general. Yes,
that dominates.
but I do like the
everything.
South. I kind of think it gets a bad rap a lot of times. I mean, it's one of those things. Is Charlotte the South? Because they're always like, well, Florida isn't it like the southern part of Florida? They don't consider it the South.
Okay.
I don't know who, but sure.
I'm starting to see
I have
memes
heard
and
that.
stuff.
Like,
No,
be real.
I've heard that plenty too, and I'm just kind of like, who cares?
Yeah, because they don't really like
Just
fit
who
in.
fucking cares?
I mean, yeah, also that too.
That's just a way to judge. We're all just trying to find ways to judge. Hopefully playfully.
Yeah, there is plenty to the south that's good, but it, I can't name any.
I think the climate here is flip. Jesus Christ!
That's what I was going to point out right there.
Fripp Island? That's in the south?
No, I was just stuttering. I love the temperature. I love the climate here. It's fantastic, man.
All 4 seasons.
Yeah.
You can hear what are these?
Cicadas
outside.
I do like the summer noise.
Yeah.
At nighttime, I do, but I can't agree with you on summer weather, though.
No?
I hate it.
Shit, really?
Oh, the humidity.
I was about to say, now out of the 4 seasons, I like we have all 4 seasons, but that's the worst one.
Fall, really, just fall and winter I'm down with down here, but spring just gross. Spring's gross.
I don't agree with
Think
that.
about that.
I like spring.
I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but spring is just a bunch of it's just like plant jizz all over the place, and all the plants are fucking, and it's all getting in our eyes, and it's making us sneeze because they're just like gross sex perverts.
The last couple of years I haven't been so bad.
Spring is just plants being nasty.
It's really everybody being nasty. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But I will say this: if you go to the mountains, that sort of cuts down on the humidity.
Yes.
And I was just in Boone, so I had some time in Asheville. It's not as humid there.
Mountain climate.
It's kind of great.
Southern Appalachian climate. Count me in.
Yeah.
Into it. Like it.
And maybe it's because I don't know. They're comfortable, so they're not as funny. Is that part of it? I don't know if that's a thing or not. Right? Isn't it comedy clubs are supposed to be cold and uncomfortable? Once you get comfortable, it's like it's not funny anymore. Yeah. That's why. We're
Wait,
funny.
is there a people in the mountains aren't funny thing?
That's why I'm trying to figure out if he's like talking about someone in particular.
I can't tell.
I don't really know either.
Long-winded way of saying you did not perform well.
You didn't do great. You didn't have a good. That's a little bit what it felt like.
No, that's
kind of where my head went to.
I did every bit of fine while I was there. I did every bit of okay, and no, it was fine. It was good. But I was just trying to make some conversation, get a little tension in here.
Just trying to make some conversation. That's what you want to hear on a podcast.
Yeah, just trying to.
Guys, I was just trying to make some conversation. Actually,
guys,
it's all we had left. Apparently, it's all we had.
That's right.
No. I mean,
because there was a real frightening silence in that moment.
Well, we started with the weather, guys.
We did. That wasn't a good idea. That was not my intention. Clearly, I tried to take us somewhere.
I might have done that. Did I do that?
Of course you did, 50-year-old guy.
Well, I feel pretty good about spring is just plants being nasty. I think I'm gonna
I'll take that.
By the way, can I just push back? I am not 50, so I just want to get that out.
That is technically true.
That's correct.
That is.
We can leave that there.
Correct.
But I'm not 50.
Yep,
Thanks, guys.
That's true.
Well, I also had a good weekend. I got to feature for Mike Goodwin at the Comedy Zone, which was great, and it was great to watch him observe how big he's becoming.
Yeah, that's great. So if people don't know, so Mike, he's somewhat local. Tell everybody,
from somewhere in South Carolina, like Spartanburg or somewhere, like not too far from here.
This was sort of his closest club coming up, and I don't
Pretty
think I
much.
realized
It would have
that.
to be either this one or Greenville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, probably Greenville too. So, and if you don't know, he was on America's Got Talent, I believe.
I don't know if he was on there. He definitely has a dry bar special though.
He
has that. But yeah,
probably.
probably
Sure, he was AGT. Yeah, he has a dry bar. So he's he's always dresses really nice. He's a clean comic. A lot of his
wears a bow tie.
Wears a bow tie. That's right. I think it's bow tie.
Bow tie comedy.
Bow tie comedy is his handle. Yeah. And he's just super clever, and he's got a couple jokes that have taken off. He's just a nice human being.
Very
someone
much.
you're super easy to root for him. It's pretty great. I worked with him on Friday, by the way.
Yeah, so at Hickory, right?
Yeah. And I cursed a little bit too much on the show.
Oh no.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Actually, it was like a little bit of a thing.
Yeah, church crowd wasn't.
Yeah.
Wasn't
well, I did fine, but it was a little. The show should have been a little cleaner than I realized.
Okay.
And I kind of even brought it up a little bit beforehand, and I just got my wires crossed. It was totally fine, but afterwards, Mike was like, "Oh, it's a little much," And I was like, I felt a little bit bad, but and I bring that up not to give Mike a hard time. That was just my, this happens sometimes. You want to be clean on a clean show, and Anyway, it was totally fine. I think he felt like he had to address it a little bit. It was just like shit and things like that.
Yeah.
I don't go crazy with anything. But anyway, but you were saying you worked with him on Sunday.
Yeah.
And
Got the open for him Sunday, and he sold it out.
yeah.
He did
Sold
it, man.
out the zone, man.
Yeah.
On a Sunday.
On Sunday. And not only that, the night before, I think he was in Greensboro. Sold that one out, too.
Really?
And this was like a 2 p.m. show. Like, he did,
Wow.
well, I was told, no disrespect, I heard he did better than who was the nighttime headliner for the weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
Wow.
sales-wise. So, yeah, man, he's doing it.
There you go. So this is also happening, I think, this week, or it may have just happened. I can't remember. But Karen Mills is coming to Good Nights, right? And the relevancy there is that she's a clean comic as well. Straight clean. She blew up. I think her dry bar special is called Pink Pants. She wears pink pants in it, and she's got a really great story. She's like, there was accidents involved, and she's overcome just a great deal of adversity.
Yeah.
Very, very funny person. I've worked with her a couple different times, and it's kind of fun. This is, it's comedy related that you have these clean comics who are blowing up. They're hugely successful. There's a market for it, right? There's, supply and demand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's exactly what Mike was saying, too. Is like he feels like people are starting to, like, want that more, and like how people come up to him after the show and say, hey, thank you so much for keeping it clean, like all these type of things. And listen, I'll work clean because it's a business decision.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's
you
right.
say yourself, you'll just get booked on more shows.
That's right.
For me,
I'm about to back you up, I think. What you're about to
So
say.
am I.
Yeah.
for me, take Mike out of this. For me, when you just make your whole brand being clean, like you put it's kind of off-putting. It kind of gives me like this holier than thou kind of
100%.
feel, and I don't like it.
It's not your favorite.
If someone came up to me and was like, I appreciate so much that you were clean, I'd be like, thanks. And my inside thought would be like, you're a fucking dork. You know, like that would be my quiet thought, because who fucking cares?
Well,
who I know people do, but I'm saying I know they do. A lot of people do, but like to me, appeasing that, and again, I'm with you. Like I will be clean because I want to be on shows and stuff, and great. I'll do it, but like I don't see that as a virtue. I think if you are the kind of person who really wants comedy to be clean, there's something wrong with you.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate a little bit.
That's
when you're
fine,
done,
but I think it's just I think it's appealing to all. I think it's appealing counterintuitively. I think it's appealing to the worst instincts of humanity. Yeah. Like clean is somehow a very, you know who was clean? Bill Cosby was clean. You know what I mean? And I see it as an actual bad thing.
If I can't see your vice.
Right, I've really latched onto
That's
that.
a big
that thing that you've said.
If I can't see what your vice
it's probably
is,
bad.
Probably bad. It's probably dark.
Yeah, and so I don't see. There's anytime someone says like, "Oh, it's so great that it was clean," I'm like, "You're not someone that I want to continue speaking with or knowing."
Well, it goes like this, right? Like
I'm being a little. I'm overstating it a little bit.
I get it.
Yeah.
But it's like I don't know if I want to see a comedy show with my grandmother.
Exactly.
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't want you to bring your kids.
Yeah.
All right, now that's the point. I'll die on that hill.
Yeah.
Like I'm tired of people bringing kids to anything that has the word club in it,
and
unless it's chess club.
Expecting you to adapt to that.
Yeah, no.
Like I'll try to like whatever, but like, man, you've really, by bringing your kid to whatever, have really created a situation.
However, if they bill it as that,
sure. Of course.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is some extenuating circumstances
total.
of taking something that's a clean show to a kid show is really amping up the challenge, right? Making it a clean show is one thing. I cannot say the F word. You know what I mean? But making it a kid show, making it a thing where kids are going to be in the room, so that does make it that much harder, I think.
You know what also really bothers me is I feel like there's an unspoken, there's like an implication to clean that's also like avoid anything that would upset anyone.
Yes.
So it's a clean show, and I can't, and if I talk about gay people, that's a problem. That's clean.
Yeah.
Talking about gay people is just talking about people.
Right. I'm right.
So if that's
Yeah.
violating clean, that's where I'm coming from with the sort of like anger that you're hearing. This like, it was clean, it's so great. It's just like, or maybe you just have dumb values.
Yeah, like because it kind of goes into
Yeah.
like purity culture a
Yes.
little bit, right? And that's
And that's it. Also, I hear clean. When I hear clean, I hear quasi conservative. That's
There's some
what
overlap.
clean means to
yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Do you think like, so when
Here,
people,
well, if
go
I
ahead.
can jump in,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I think part of what this is a reaction to bad comics.
And I do want to be fair there, because some people you can't just say a slur as the punchline.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
All right,
Yeah.
That's right.
That because that is lazy and
Throwing
yes.
the R word out there. People
Yes.
are like, yeah, I didn't really come out for that.
But my
I'm with
problem
you.
is when people act like people who swear a lot are inherently lazy, are inherently bad joke writers. Are you gonna tell me that Bill Burr is not a good joke writer because he swears? Are you gonna tell me that, oh yeah, he's a good joke writer, but he'd be better if he didn't rely, quote unquote, on
Yeah.
swearing? No, this dude's
Yeah,
writing
right.
jokes with precision, and
Yeah.
sometimes that's gonna involve swear words or sex jokes or whatever.
Yeah, sure.
Like this whole idea that it's like better and more impressive, and no, being a great comic is amazing. I don't care what you're talking. I don't care how clean or dirty you are. Be clean. I don't have a problem with clean comedy.
Yeah.
I have a problem with fetishizing clean comedy.
Sure.
Because it's become a fucking cultural
Well,
fetish.
the other side of this, and this to me, I agree. It's like I do think it's a little bit harder to be funny, and I say that because if you look at my like a clean set that I do, and my dirty set, I'm not especially dirty. It's so much funnier than my clean set. It's my being not having handcuffs on. I'm so much funnier.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
don't.
well,
But I
naturally.
don't. I
It
don't.
just
But I
is.
take issue with you saying. I mean, not take issue, but the nuance of like saying it is harder to be funny when you're clean. Maybe, but I don't think it's any easier to be great. Either way, greatness, like true greatness at comedy, just because you swear, you're not going to stumble into greatness. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
Like the level, like being truly excellent has.
Yeah, it's not a notch on the ladder. It's
has
not got to step on a ladder to get to greatness.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
there is genuinely nothing, no relation whatsoever between how clean and dirty you are versus how great or not great you are. Like that, it's so frustrating to me because people love to say that. They love to say, and he did it without swearing.
Yeah, right.
And she did it while being clean. I'm like, that's not impressive to me.
Interesting.
I'm not impressed by that.
Like, yeah, Bill Cosby.
And
was,
I'm not especially
was-
dirty. I'm not saying this as like someone who's like fucking raw on
Yeah,
stage.
yeah,
You
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, Cosby was pretty friggin' great as a comic.
Of course he was.
And he-
but you know who
yeah.
else is great? I'll just go back to him because Bill Burr is great.
Yeah, I agree.
Patton Oswalt's great. Whoever the fuck is great.
Yeah.
Like, and they haven't. There's no asterisk by their name because they say swear words.
Yeah, I also think that I agree with the idea that people who are looking for clean shows are less, I think, enthusiastic about laughing.
Yes.
I actually kind
They
of
just
think
want
that.
to not. They just want their worldview confirmed. to
Yeah,
them.
right. Yeah, there's a little bit of that. I think if you get a little dirtier crowd, they're usually a little rowdier, a little more sort of, I don't know, their blood pressure's up and shit. Yeah, it's a little bit more fun. I don't know. I'm also kind
definitely
of
more fun.
I'm also kind of okay with like a bohemian sort of get crazy and let's make mistakes and go a little bit wild too.
Let's be a
not
little
that
sloppy.
not that I'm that guy. Yeah, let's get a little.
This is the whole. To me, comedy is inherently sloppy. Not in terms of like imprecise writing or anything like that, but it's messy. There's
Yeah,
a reason
100%.
why we look back and at stuff from 5 years ago and we go, ugh. You know,
Oh, yeah,
dude,
right,
it's
sure.
not because it's
5
not funny.
days ago. Are you
right,
talking?
right. It's not because it's necessarily not funny. It's because people were trying stuff.
Yeah.
and they're
Yeah.
not gonna anyone. You know, Aziz does this great bit about his old material. Where he's like, yeah, things age and they don't always age well. And he said that he has this bit, if you've ever seen his older specials. In his first 2 specials, he talks about R. Kelly
Yeah.
in both
Yeah,
of
that's
them.
right.
Yeah.
And in
Yes,
the
he does.
second one, he says, I know I talked about R. Kelly in the first, and imagine like Aziz, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
He's like, I know I talked about R. Kelly in the first special, and I wouldn't
Was it
talk
R.
about
Kelly or was it 50 Cent?
It's R. Kelly.
It was 100%
okay.
R. Kelly.
It's R. Kelly, and he said,
does talk about 50 Cent.
Maybe. Probably
he goes, I wouldn't talk about him again in this one, except he keeps doing amazing things.
Yes.
And he's talking about that in his later special, which is fantastic and a total departure. And he says, he's like,
he saw his life pass before his eyes,
and he's right, exactly. And he said, you'll look back on my special, and it'll be like amazing things, amazing things, amazing.
Oh, that's funny.
And I don't think anyone with half a sense of what comedy is and should be is going to be like, Aziz is a terrible person for making those R. Kelly jokes. We just go, oh, whoops. And
I'll tell you one of the problems.
This should be messy.
Well, one of the problems is I'm sorry, I'm gonna be crotchety here for a second. Is young people who don't understand time and place, who don't understand that there's an evolution to everything. They look at Friends and go, ugh. They should take that off the air because they're making fun of she's in a fat suit. It's like, yeah, you know what? At the time, it was pretty funny.
It was cool. Yeah.
It was all right. It was
cool.
We didn't suddenly hate fat people because she was in a fat suit. You know what I mean? It was just like time and place. It was just a man dressed up in woman's sort of clothes. It was like that was funny. That wasn't making fun of anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's one of the biggest problems because I have a little bit of an issue with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. Somebody else, they were apologizing for some of their SNL sketches. And I think apologizing for it is a little bit of admitting guilt, which seems incredibly unfair.
I think there's a difference between apologizing. I do think it's okay to be like, didn't age great. Like Aziz did it. Just be like, just acknowledge, just be like, whoa, watch that. Watch
but
my
those
old
are
special.
two different things.
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
Okay.
No, that's actually the point I'm making.
Okay.
I'm saying you can look back on things, and you could even go out of your way to, because you do want to get out in front of it, or you do want to acknowledge it, or you do think
that
it's
was
interesting.
A big sigh from Jordan.
I mean, this is not a crazy point I'm making.
Jordan,
what
was that sigh?
No, it's like we'll find out in a second. But it's just like, hey, if someone wants to acknowledge that something they said is not something they would necessarily say now, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
There's a difference between being like, I am profoundly sorry, and I want to blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
I apologize to the fans and to my family and to the whatever the fuck.
I think there's something fair to say. I'm not the person I used to be.
Yeah, I might find myself
for
wanting
better
to
or
distance
worse.
myself from some shit I said, and
Yeah.
that doesn't mean I'm gonna like I'm not gonna cry about it and be like, I'm so sorry. I don't know.
No. All right, no. Because to Jason's point, if you were around for the time, then you understand that context. And if you weren't, then it's not for you.
Yeah.
That's as far as it goes for me.
Okay.
I feel like if you're
that's not opposed to what
I
you were
don't think
saying.
so either,
Yeah.
actually.
Really? No, I feel like going back and saying like, oh, what I said back in the 90s didn't age well. Like, no, to
So
me,
do
I
you think Aziz shouldn't have done that joke? That
No,
joke about
I think he's-
that joke about his joke, I'm saying?
well, I guess I would have to see a joke. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Because the joke is about how it didn't age well.
Well, I mean, I would say this: at the end of the day, as long as you make it funny, then cool. But like, from what I took, you were kind of just speaking more in sense of just issuing a statement or saying something in an interview about like, oh yeah, that joke didn't age well.
Why the fuck shouldn't you be allowed to do that if you want to do that?
No, you're allowed to do it. I just think
We shouldn't have to. I'll say that.
I don't think
I'm
you
not
should have
saying that
to.
either.
I just think
Yeah.
it's weird if you do. Because
If
why?
it comes up, I would say, hey, here's what I would say. I would say,
Yeah. There's certain
that
levels
was a
to what we're
different
talking
time and
about.
place. I don't think I was a bad person then. I probably wouldn't say that now.
Yeah. There just seems to be a bit of aggression about.
I don't think there's anything weak about that.
Yeah, there's just a little bit of aggression about people. There's virtue signaling. It's always liberal, babies. I don't mind saying that. Who are just like, oh, this is offensive. Get it out of here. And it's like, all right, well, then you hate everything before 2022.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like the idea of like separating the art from the artist and like those kinds of things. That has to be a thing that we allow because everyone who was before us literally 5 years ago or 2 years ago or last week then doesn't match the new standard of morality that these people have somehow labored us all with. It's like it's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
So
and I guess what I'm really getting at is 34-year-old me shouldn't necessarily be responsible for what 24-year-old me said. Now there are some caveats. I'm talking about. No, I think now it's different when there's different things, right? Like now,
sure, I was low key a Nazi when I was 24. Like, come on, man, there's limits.
I think there's but like that's an extreme thing. Like if you're like judging for like I thought we were just talking about like jokes.
However, I will defend this too. Is that if someone was a Nazi and have come full circle and are now sort of have evolved, maybe that's all right.
Yeah, but don't you think they probably got to address it at some point?
I'm assuming that in this scenario they have.
Oh well, if they have, then whatever. That's
There's a lot of nuance to this conversation that should be.
I also think all of this is case by case.
Yeah,
that's what I really think. I mean, there's situations where it's gonna be like, all right, I'm not gonna apologize for that. And
but I want to lean into this idea because you're right. The idea that I get very, very frustrated when I hear people look back at something that I enjoyed, that I thought was really fun, and didn't have the, call it moral context that we have today, that those things that we said, did, watched, or whatever are somehow now bad. Like you're bad because you enjoyed this.
You can do both things. You can watch it and you can go, yikes, and still have, and you can like watch something you enjoy, see something in it and go, oh boy, I don't remember that. Yeah. That hits different. Okay, I don't know about that.
But I can also go, Fat Monica wasn't that big a deal.
Sure.
I could still feel comfortable saying I don't think we were making fun of fat people as much as they're making fun of her in a fat suit. Those are different things. You know what I mean? I just think there's so much kind of context in this virtue signaling. I'm more griping about that.
You don't have to throw it all out. Is what I'm saying.
I agree.
Like you can, but if I'm watching, I don't know, like Blazing Saddles or something like that, there's gonna be parts where I cringe, but I'm also gonna say this is a hilarious movie.
Yeah, and I think
at the same time,
and that's a movie that specifically is satirical and is supposed to be doing that.
Right.
So that to me stands the test of time for sure. It's when you listen to there's Guns N' Roses music where they drop the N-word and things like that that I didn't even remember.
I didn't know
that was actually brought up recently, and I was just like this was I bought this album with all this shit. It's crazy. If you guys haven't seen it,
I wasn't aware of that.
Now, what I don't know for sure is whether or not it was saying and doing those things as a call to like, hey, this shit's out there, we shouldn't be doing it, or if it was like it's just hate music, and I'm not sure, so I don't want to like completely like. I
remember Bob Dylan had a forever ago. He's still making music. I was going to say back when he was making music. He's literally had albums in the last couple of years. Bob Dylan's alive, just in case y'all didn't.
Yeah, he drops the N-word.
Yeah. So
Hurricane.
So that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. So Hurricane is a protest song in support of a man who was wrongfully convicted because he was black, and like,
and he's
using it in a way like this is what people are saying.
Actually, he's saying it specifically. He said all the black folks called him a crazy N-word. That's the line.
Oh. Okay.
So he's actually that part. So I'm sorry, Jordan. I feel like is that bad? I don't know. But I'm just
you're
saying.
Fine.
But that's the lyric. Are you mad that I knew the lyric that well?
No.
It's just a really great song.
No, I'm just no. I'm not even really issuing an opinion about that because I don't feel like it's my call. But I do. But there definitely probably I would imagine is some difference between like what we would go, oh, maybe don't do that. And
none of us were around then. It's the same conversation.
It is. But I guess my question would be, and you're right, I wasn't around then, but my question would be, was that ever okay?
Right. I mean, and that's kind of my question.
Yeah.
Answer it.
No. No, okay. What I meant is like by the general consensus.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how that aspect of that song was received then. I know it's on his like greatest hits and shit.
Yeah, and I don't know like as far as it being a chart thing, but it was definitely I've actually been a really big fan of Dylan for a long time.
Oh yeah, so I don't think anyone would say, I mean the song was clearly the whole point of it was this guy was wrongly convicted because he's black. Like
Yeah.
the heart behind the song, and I think the song overall, I don't think anyone would really be like bigot,
Yeah, no,
or
right.
racist. I think
Yeah.
you might say like, oh,
There's an
about that one,
appropriateness degree
you know?
here. We should be. Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
So, Jason, I am curious because
After all this, I'm already nervous.
It's not
Jordan,
God
are we
damn
good?
No, we're good.
Is everything okay?
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
No, but I am curious because kind of going back a little bit with comedians looking back on their jokes and saying like, oh, I don't really like that. And you teach a class. And so I'm sure you see comedians, up and coming that are doing jokes. And maybe y'all go to an open mic and you watch them, and you ever watch them do a joke, and you can immediately tell, like, oh, you're going to hate that. You're going to hate yourself for coming up with that, like 6 months from now.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, there's this balance when you're talking about new comics. You guys see new comics all the time, so I think it's the same thing where it's like for me, it's like I want to prop them up. I'm here to say, half the time it's just you can do it. I'm a bit of a cheerleader in there. The other half of the time is them doing jokes that they would do with their friends, where it's super familiar, like a familiar sort of joke that no one in the audience knows them. Therefore, there's been no trust built or anything like that.
Right.
And so it's not exactly the question you asked, but that's one of the things that we do talk about. And here's how I talk about it. If you want to do a joke about abortion, or you want to do a joke, whatever, it's that is, in baseball terms, that's a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and we're in high school. You can't throw that pitch.
Right.
You can't throw a slider that works. That's a slider. That is, you got to work the next 10 years of your life more to learn that pitch, learn how to throw it, learn when to throw it.
Yeah.
Learn all the nuances of how do you push off for the the plate, how do you, all the things, right? And if you don't know how to do it, you try to throw that pitch, then you're failing miserably in a bad way, and they're going to hit a home run, and then you're going to quit. You know what I mean? So there's that side of it about talking about those really, really hard things. Bill Burr's throwing 100-mile-an-hour fastballs. I don't think any of us are throwing that pitch.
Nah.
Right.
Not yet. I want to be able to do that someday. But on a smaller
He had a
scale-
solid 30 minutes about hitting women.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, he did.
And
yeah.
he walks a line
Yeah.
where he's like,
Whoa.
I don't know. I wonder how he feels about that now. I don't know.
If I had to guess, I think he's pretty all right with it.
I think you're right, but
Yeah.
I do think, I think.
Because he doesn't mean it.
Right. Well, also, there is a moral heartbeat under that joke.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He actually is getting at truth. He's not actually like, hey, we should hit, like.
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
But on a little smaller sort of scale from what you were saying is, there is something about like you loving this. They're writing 5-7 minutes, and they're putting everything they have into it, and that's really exciting and really fun to watch because no one's doing that. I'm not walking around seeing anybody else who's just working their tail off for their 7 minutes that they would do on the Tonight Show, even a year in or 2 years in or whatever. But they're working really hard on these jokes, and I certainly don't have the heart to tell them. It's like, oh yeah, don't maybe don't post this. When you record it, maybe don't post it.
Yeah.
Just have it for you, share it with your friends or whatever. Or if you do post it, just don't leave it up too long. Because in 6 months you're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate it. It's like my dry bar special. I was told, Tom Simmons told me, he's like, yeah, you're gonna record. It's gonna be a great experience. You're gonna get it back, and almost immediately you're gonna be like, I'm better than that already.
Yeah.
And it's been a year. It was longer than that before it came out. It's like a year later. It's like I'm so much better than that now. It's like, ugh, get it out of here. And I think that applies to all of us, but certainly applies to people who are brand new. We went to an open mic the other night. There was 8. I think there was 8, all 8 of us, 7 of us maybe, and some of them it was their first time doing comedy in front of people at all. And it's like you see the mic doing this, the shaky hand, all this kind of stuff. It's fantastic. I'm not making fun of them at all. I'm like, that's fucking awesome.
What mic did y'all go to?
Stu's. So Gil Murray's.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was. If you don't know, it's actually a really good new mic in town. Stu's is right.
I've been curious
next
about
to Jack Beagle's.
When is it?
Thursdays,
which is cool. We hadn't had a Thursday mic, if I'm not mistaken. I think there's like every other Thursdays, maybe. Anyway. So yeah, it's a good little room, and probably maybe get 25 people in there tops. Low ceiling. It's like the whole setup is really, really nice. So,
right.
And so they went up, and I think the evaluation of their sets happened in earnest after the days leading to the next class that we had, more so than any other time. They went and they did it in front of people, and they were like, here's the things that didn't work, didn't feel good to do them, all that kind of stuff. It was really amazing. I wish we could all kind of have that again a little bit.
Right.
That, I don't know, that motivating set that with no ego, just like, this is the first time I've ever done this. I did it, and now I want to change so much of it because I know this didn't work. I can make that one better, or whatever it is. Like that enthusiasm is kind of one of the reasons why I actually like teaching. It feels all fresh all over again. It's kind of great.
Yeah. I like seeing people that still have like that drive too, even if they aren't like brand new. Like I ran to Blake Connolly last night. Shout out to Blake.
Yeah,
I
Blake.
ran to him at the open mic in Winston-Salem.
Oh, wow.
Which Monstercade on Mondays is a
nice.
great open mic.
Is that-
But the thing is, he's back in Charlotte now. He went to Craig's mic first and then drove all the way to Winston-Salem.
Yeah, right.
To double dip.
Yeah.
Crazy.
This is crazy.
Especially because there was another mic in Charlotte. He could have just stayed here.
drove around the
He
corner.
drove all the way to Winston and had to come back. But I
really
like
funny.
that. I like that drive.
Of course. I totally agree. Yeah, I mean, this was really fun. That night when we were at Stu's, these new comics, I was like, hey, I think they were talking about going to Starlight tonight. And I was like, oh, yeah, and right after that, you can go over to $2 Saloon. There's another one. And they all just literally were like, 2 in one night? Like they were all like, oh, my God, I can't believe that's a thing. And it's like, yeah, you probably should want to do that.
Yeah,
That's
you
kind
should.
of the thing you want to do.
You should. I would tell people, be as efficient with your nights as you can.
Yeah. I think they're at this place. I didn't get bit by the bug. It took weeks and weeks before I got bit by the bug. And then I would say probably another month or two before I think it really kind of Spider-Man, that happened overnight. I think like a couple months in, I was just kind of like, yeah, I do this forever now. You know what I mean? So I think some of them are, it happens quicker for some people than others. I think there's a couple in there who already kind of have it. They're like, yeah, sure. I think this is something I'm going to do. But it's staying power is more important than anything else in stand up to me.
1,000%. Unfortunately, some people have the staying power and they shouldn't.
Hey, can I ask a question to you guys? Because this is something that I've gotten asked every class I've had so far.
Okay.
And they say, I'm so curious what your response is going to be. They say, do you ever tell anybody that you're just really not that funny and maybe it's not for you?
Oh, no. No, I would never say that directly to somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Never?
I would never say that.
No, but for me, it's more because I don't think there's ever been a point in the last, I don't know, 3 years or so, maybe longer, at which I have felt less qualified to give any sort of advice whatsoever than right now. I just feel like, no, I wouldn't say.
The more you know, the less you feel like you know, kind of thing.
I don't know. I truly, like, right now, like, if someone asks my opinion about like any kind of move to make in comedy in any way, I might try and give them an answer, but I'm going to very, very clearly say to them, I don't know.
What about their set though? Not the business of comedy, but like the actual.
I'll give them
performance
a gently honest evaluation. I think I'll definitely try and find at least one nice thing to say, even if I have a hard time doing that. But no, I would never tell anyone. And if someone was a fucking dick on stage and their whole time was, in fact, I have done this once. One person,
I think I know what you're
went up
say.
at a mic, and the first thing out of his mouth was commenting on the appearance of the person who came before him. He called her like Fat Adele or something like that.
Oh no!
And like, and then he proceeded to just suck. And all his jokes were about like how
were about like not wanting to have sex with anyone who's older than XYZ age, and dude was not a spring chicken.
Yeah.
And it was just gross.
That was old timey.
It was
old timey.
It was
That's the thing that I
whatever.
normally say.
It was gross and offensive, and just actually offensive.
Yeah.
So he he asked me after his set how I thought he did, and I think I said the words "back to the drawing board."
Nice.
But first I
Nice.
said,
That was fantastic,
I was just like,
actually.
man, like the stuff you said about the woman who went on you before, you can't. That's ridiculous. That's
Very,
terrible.
yeah.
That's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, what about the rest? And I was just like, back to the drawing board, because he
kinda
was
great.
a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
I'd
I would never.
support
I don't
everything
care if
you're
someone
saying.
sucked. I don't care if someone was just as unfunny as him, but they weren't a dick. I would respond totally differently.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So now that you say it that way, I do have to change my original answer, because I forgot that I used to host open mics. And with that, when you host an open mic, someone does bad, you can't just act like it didn't
That's
happen.
true. Well, go ahead.
So yeah, so you kind of have to make a joke about how they did,
Mm-hmm.
and in that there can be sometimes like, yeah, maybe not.
Yeah,
Comedy's not for everybody.
That's a little. That's
Yeah.
different though, because you are trying to keep the show moving.
You're responsible for the show,
and
yeah,
you're
right.
trying to ease the tension that was just created by that person, and you're performing. Essentially. But yeah, that's true. I'm sure we've all done. I'm sure we've all probably said things hosting mics that made someone never do comedy again. We probably have.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's
We have no idea.
Yeah, sometimes I do wonder if I ever went too far. Like I remember one time,
You gotta do what you gotta do.
this one dude got on stage and he was trying to make a joke about he's never heard an attractive woman say the word patriarchy.
Fuck that. No, I mean, you know, take that obnoxious premise and maybe you could go somewhere funny with it. But like, it sounds like the bit went exactly where you'd think it'd go.
Yeah, it didn't really go.
I wouldn't have
really
anything nice to say to that person.
And so yeah, so I had to get back on stage. I had to be like, yeah, he's never heard a woman say patriarchy or yes.
Jesus Christ.
And that's
attractive.
the thing. Yeah, right. And so you just have to get the audience back on your side. Sometimes at the expense of that comedian, but like that's.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Show.
If what they said was shitty, I do not care.
Yeah, I think the responsibility. Yeah, you needed to get all the women in that crowd back into wanting to be there.
And then
Yeah, right.
ideally that person hears you and takes it to heart in a good way.
Yeah.
And they actually do get better. And they actually do say, well, why was it that I said that joke? Where was that coming from? And I mean, wildly best case scenario, they become a better person.
Yeah, and I was about to say, trust me,
That's possible.
that pretty much never
That
happens.
doesn't happen. Yeah,
that pretty much never happens.
Probably not.
Yeah.
To answer the question too, I've never done that. that is so far from who I am.
I was about to say, yeah,
No,
I don't think I've ever directly said someone to their face.
That's gatekeeping as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
I agree.
And I have
Because
no
here's the
interest in
thing, right?
gatekeeping.
We've all seen, I think anyway, we've all seen someone who you're like, they don't really have it. They're not very good, or a slew of like open mic
I can
people
name
or
a couple people
whatever.
off the top of my head.
Yeah, and then you
And
see
then
him
you see
a year
him-
later, and you're like, oh
You're like,
shit.
oh, I was wrong.
Yeah,
I was
you're
just
like-
straight up wrong.
Yep.
Because this is something that most comics would probably hate me for saying is you can teach people how to do stand up.
Right.
I'm not saying you could teach people how to be funny, but I do think you could teach people how to
All right,
do stand up.
I'm with you on that one. Yes.
I also think you can teach...
It's a magic trick.
I think you can teach unfunny people how to be effective hacks.
Effective hacks?
Okay. Yeah.
Because there are lots of people who are not funny who are very successful at comedy because they've figured out.
Yeah, it's the mechanism.
They've cracked the mechanism. They've
That's
cracked
right.
the code.
That's always my thing when it comes to the class and stuff. It's a magic trick. You're doing moves.
Mm-hmm.
You're making moves, and if you learn how to do it, you can be really good at it. Because the fact is that there are comedy writers who aren't funny people, but they sure do know that mechanism. They sure know how to turn a phrase.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah. Well, speaking of magic tricks, we're going to disappear and come back for the second segment in just a few minutes, everybody. So we'll be right back with more Zoning Out. Everybody, we are back. We have reappeared.
Look at us.
We have reappeared for the second
Look at
segment.
that. Magicians.
You know, they made alcohol appear. Look at these two magicians.
Damn
here.
right.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I just take it from Jason.
You do. You do. I feel like that's
don't
the
buy-
only reason you come to do the podcast, so you can drink for free.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
Well, it's not free. Someone's buying
no,
it.
it's free for him.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great for me.
But that's good. That's
Yeah.
why I have it here.
I'm
for
keep Jonathan drunk.
For people to come over and come drink with me, everybody.
All right, that's an open invite from
Yeah,
from Jason
yeah.
Allen King.
That's how I do it, man.
All right.
I mean, I
Well-
don't drink alone. I drink alone.
You
I drink
absolutely
alone.
I was about to say, yeah, don't you lie. Don't lie to us right now.
Yeah, I'm a thirsty guy.
All right, everybody, we have a little bit of a change of pace. I have a would you rather.
Look at that.
I have a would you rather, and here it is.
Jonathan, you worried? Because I'm a little worried. I
No,
don't know what
no,
this means.
I think this is going to be right up Jonathan's alley.
Yeah?
And I'm not
Remotely.
saying that in a funny way. I think you're really going to like this one. All right, so here it is.
I'm not really open to you putting things up my alley, but
That feels like a pause, but okay.
it was absolutely a pause. It was very much an intentional pause.
All right, so look, someone comes to you with an offer. You can pick a number between 1 and 8 billion. And that is the rank of the richest person in the world all the way down to the poorest person in the world.
Which one's
Wait.
which? One is
The richest,
Okay.
8 billion is the poorest. Whoever you pick, whatever number you pick, you get that amount of money.
Okay. That's it? That's the whole thing?
Well, the question is, would you do it? And if so, what number do you pick? Now, I guess fill in a little more
Yeah.
detail. If you do it, the next person that accepts that offer will know that you did it and what number that you picked.
Okay.
So would they wouldn't then take my money? Do you switch? Do you like take all the money away from that person?
No. You don't take their money. You get money equivalent to what their
Okay.
ranking was.
So
in
what
like
is
a-
it? So what's the? Who cares if someone knows that I did it or not? You know what I'm saying?
Do you care? That's just information that may or may not affect your decision.
Okay.
So you're saying if I pick 1 million, that's far away from 1, but I get $1 million.
No. You will get the same amount of money as the 1 millionth richest person.
No, he had it right.
What?
Yeah, you get the amount that's equivalent to what their ranking is.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
No, you just said you would get their money.
No. You would get the same amount of money as the 1 millionth richest person in the world, right?
No.
So
You
number
don't
one,
have-
What?
that's not
if
$1.
you kill, it is $1 exactly,
What are you talking about?
So wait,
dude.
This
If
makes no
you
sense.
okay, if we have a list of
Because the richest person in the world does not have $8 billion. He has $400 billion.
well, but that's the thing. That's what makes it interesting. You can't just kill the richest person in the world and become
Wait, are you
wealthy.
killing someone?
You're not going to physically kill them, but whatever number you
honestly.
pick, they are going
Okay,
to die.
That's
I
important
didn't know that.
information
Yeah.
that
Oh,
you did not
oh,
share.
no, I didn't know that either.
Oh, I'm
That
sorry, I
is
didn't explain that. Right.
incredibly
Yes,
important.
Whoever you pick, yes, they're dying.
Okay,
Now, for what's worth, it's not going to be like a painful,
So
torturous
then-
thing. They're just going to
Okay.
like drop dead.
sure. So if you pick 1 million, the 1 millionth richest person in the world will die.
Yes.
Okay,
And you will
then
get-
have that much money.
You will get $1 million. You won't get how much
Oh.
they had. See, whatever their ranking is.
Oh, so the
you get that.
highest. So if I picked 8 billion, I would be killing the poorest person in the world,
Yes, that's correct.
just so that I can have their money.
No, but you're not getting their money. You would get $8 billion.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
gotcha.
now I'm
So
there.
you have
I got it.
incentive to hurt people who are
Poor.
not doing great.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you wouldn't kill the richest.
You would have
person, you'd set
incentive. I'm
$1.
not saying you would necessarily. Okay, so
Well, I don't. So here's the thing. You got to think about it. What does it really mean to be the poorest person in the world, right? Because on paper, when we think about poor people, we think about maybe the unhoused, right? But really, their net worth is 0.
Yeah.
If you are the poorest person in the world, you're probably like over leveraged like crazy, right? So you probably come from like that millionaire cloth. You were just really bad at it. and you're just in a lot of debt, and that's how you really got to the bottom. That's
interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I probably wouldn't do it, which is lame. It's lame for our exercise, because I just don't think I could live with directly choosing to end someone's
to kill
life.
somebody, right?
You know what?
I was about to say. Are you
know
sure
what?
about that?
You know what? No.
Yeah.
Because that way,
You could just pick a lawn.
that's what
And
I'm
run
saying.
with it.
Good,
I could
yeah.
just get $1, and who cares? And I've rid the world of one of the most destructive, despicable human beings on the planet. Okay, I would do it. I'm not sure what number I'm picking yet. It might be number 1.
All right, we can circle back to figure out what number you want.
Yeah,
but also, when you're
actually, I am. And am I allowed in this situation? Do I have to just like work with the knowledge I have, or can I Google?
No, you can definitely Google.
Okay.
Yeah, you can definitely.
So you
Google
can find
just
out that there's some like
Well, then-
horrific human being who's like super wealthy and
We
like,
can't say it on the
wins.
pod. I'm not going to say it, but I know,
We know.
I know exactly who I would pick.
Yeah.
It's not a hard decision. I'd get whatever $40 or whatever he is. Like,
Wait a minute, I think I know who you're talking about.
John
Interesting.
Stamos? No.
What?
I just threw a random name out there.
That is truly random. That might be one of the most people.
I would love to know what my number is.
Millennials love to say like random, like that moment's passed a little bit, but like people throw around. That was truly
I dug deep
one
for
of
that
the
one.
most random things, other than the fact that it is a person.
Yeah.
That is one of the most random things I have ever heard anyone say.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Really
Yeah,
funny.
thank you.
John
Yeah.
Is that Dean Cain?
Oh God, dude.
Sorry, I brought that up.
That's a whole thing.
Sorry, I brought that up.
I'm not mad about you bringing that up. I'll scream about it.
I would love to know what my number would be.
Okay.
And then pick that one.
That's interesting. And be like, let's get it over with.
And then
That'd be a loophole.
And then you get to leave behind
Yeah.
if you want to die, if you're done, if you have cancer,
That's actually
although how Googleable is that though?
Oh yeah,
It's
to figure
Google-
out your number, that's gonna be
Figuring
really
out your
hard.
number is going to be real. That's going to be impossible. Actually,
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty
know,
hard
guys.
to figure out.
you can't figure out your number.
I can figure out my number.
No, you can't.
Oh no! Oh, I meant like the number. My value is.
You can't figure out your spot. Though,
Yeah,
in
that's
that'd be
gonna be.
impossible,
If
yeah.
you could, and you also hated being alive or
I was
had
gonna say
cancer
that's
or whatever,
like the craziest lottery ever.
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah.
get it right,
I gotta be.
Yeah, you pick a number and you're like,
let's
Yeah.
and
let's
you fucking die.
Let's side quest.
okay.
Let's all like guess what our like number is.
Oh my God.
Just
I'll
not
do
that
it.
we're ever gonna have it confirmed.
Jesus.
That
7 billion.
yeah, I'm putting my no.
I mean,
'cause
Hey, all right, if we're being realistic,
let's try and be realistic.
Don't what do they say? Like if you make X amount, you're already like the 10% richest among the 10%
Yeah.
Do you know
richest
what
people in
that?
the world.
Do you
I don't remember what that amount is,
approximate
but
number is.
basically what I'm saying is we're probably in like the top half at least. Like we're not
Yeah.
gonna be anywhere near
Yeah.
7
My
billion.
sincere guess, I'm gonna say I'm like 3.3 billionth.
Yeah.
That's my
Okay.
actual guess.
Yeah. I think
Honestly, we're probably all in the top billion, aren't we? Or maybe not. Billion's a lot of people, and
It's a
there's a
lot of
lot of
people.
countries where a lot of people are not doing great.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fuck, I don't like the idea that if I'm in the top billion, that's a big problem. I mean, it's already, we know everything's broken.
I mean, let me think about that for a second.
I'm going to put myself at 1.9 billionth. That's my actual guess.
Okay.
Lock it in. Final answer.
Okay.
And I will adjust accordingly, Jordan.
I mean, how many people are in
Depending on your
Europe?
answer
What-
and my suspicions about our relative.
Is the U.S. how many? What do we have in the U.S.? 6.
See,
8
no, now I'm nervous to answer.
What's the U.S. population? It's 600 million.
No, like 3 to 400 million.
304. Okay.
350.
Oh
I
wow,
want to say
I
something
was
like that.
way high. Okay.
Yeah. It might be pushing 4, but it's definitely under 400 million.
Wow. Okay. What's the population of Europe? Do you have any idea?
I know France has 60 million as of the writing of a book 40 years ago called 60 Million Frenchmen Can't Be Wrong. That's what I got for you.
Yeah. Man, that's a lower number than I thought.
I'm gonna
too.
say Europe. I'm probably like a billion total,
Yeah,
all
maybe,
told. Eastern Europe, Western Europe.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then you got India by itself has well over a billion.
Yeah.
China is a little over a billion.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. I think we're like in the upper.
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty sure we are.
Wow.
All right, I'll go.
That's fascinating.
All right, my rank. I'm gonna say I'm
Up
like,
your rank. Going up your rank.
I'll go like
Just up, throw up at Jonathan. He's like, I'm gonna make a meal of this.
It's Kendrick.
I'm like 1.5
Yeah.
billionth on the list.
I'm a little more comfortable with that.
Yeah.
If you had said anything lower than me, I would have been like, I would like to adjust my number. Both of you, actually.
No, I'm shit.
Yeah, we might be comparable.
Yeah, I
actually,
think
you
so.
and me,
Yeah.
Jason.
No. It's really, really interesting. I can't imagine choosing to kill somebody.
Oh,
though.
you have this house.
I don't
Never
think
mind.
that's.
No, you're above me too. You have this house.
I don't think I could. I don't think that's it. I'm still trying to figure.
I absolutely could. I
Kill somebody?
Would I later be haunted by it or whatever? Maybe. But there are at least 100 people in the world who I would 100 if I wouldn't like take the risk of trying to make it happen.
I was about to say because to be fair, it's more like you're putting a hit on somebody.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
If I'm
Yeah.
pressing a button,
Yeah.
there are lots of people who
Really?
I'd be not only okay with, I'd be actively happy to have the opportunity.
You know, it's funny you mentioned
Wow.
that. I forgot there is another part to it. You can get back in line, but I forget what the like stipulation is.
So you can double dip.
Yeah, you can
keep
come
going.
back and do it again, but
Be
I
like, I'm
forget
gonna
what
hit
the
a button.
stipulation was. What?
Wasn't there's a meme or something or whatever, and they're like, if you press this button, somebody dies, but you get and the person like hits the button. They're like, why did you just killed someone? Why did you do that? They're like, don't you want to know what you get? You mean I get something? They hit the button again. They're like, stop hitting the button. You keep killing people. Anyway, yeah, I struggle. To me, the idea of someone attacking someone I love or me or whatever, and I'm like, okay, maybe there's a moment where I could do it, right? War of the Worlds. My daughter's with me. Tim Robbins is 6'4". He's a lot bigger than me. I got to take a shovel. You know the scene I'm talking about?
Nah.
You guys ever
but-
see War of the Worlds? Tom Cruise?
Long time ago.
Tom Cruise and his daughter's like, 9 years old or whatever.
He's defending her.
And they're hiding from the aliens. They're like, and Tim Robbins is this crazy recluse who's kind of going more and more crazy, and he keeps being loud, and the aliens are going to hear. And Tom Cruise keeps going, "You got to be quiet. Stop. And he realizes that he's just never really gonna. So he puts the blindfold on the daughter, and he's like
the chicken and mash.
yeah. And he's like, he takes the shovel, and he's
The
like,
chicken.
and it's scary because he
unquote.
doesn't know if he can win, but he knows that this guy's gonna do something that's gonna put his
gonna be
daughter in
over.
jeopardy. So
Yeah.
he has to go kill this
Yeah.
man.
Dude.
Those moments where I'm like, okay,
That's easy.
that makes sense.
If you could
to
find
me.
out their rank real fast and be offered
Yeah.
that in that moment.
But to make a lucid sitting here in a lucid moment, going, oh, I think I'll pick the blah 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 over there
I'm
who
gonna-
killed a million people. Click.
I'm
You know
gonna
what I mean?
go out on a I'm gonna take this a step further. I'm gonna say I think that it would be unethical not to do it for like if you have the
alright.
opportunity,
It's like the Hitler question. Like, could you go back in time?
Yeah, and to me, we have several Hitlers right now. Like, I mean, the handful of people I'm talking. I'm not going to say them, but like there are people who, if I knew their number, I would feel as if I have done a bad thing by not doing it.
So there's a bit of a
truly, and I mean that wholeheartedly with no hesitation.
So like genocides are happening, and you're
Yes.
like, oh, the person responsible for that
Yes.
now. If I did this,
I would
prior,
press that
we
button.
could- Yeah.
You see the shirt I'm wearing.
Yeah.
I would
Well-
press that
Oh, yeah.
button. I would press that
Right.
button now.
So I hear you, but I think that's also what makes this like a good would you rather is that if we're being really honest, what do you accomplish, right? Because assuming this rich person has a will, and I'm sure they do,
Yeah.
then somebody else is just going to become a billionaire.
No, you're cutting the head off of a cult leader, depending on who you choose. I'm not saying it solves everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
But if you take out a cult of personality person, that devastates a movement. It doesn't mean the movement goes all the way away. It does, but man.
Oh yeah, no,
I mean,
no,
come
no.
on. Like if you
So
know,
for
you
the
know
person-
the person I'm talking
yeah,
about.
for that person,
you take
yes.
out that person.
Yeah.
You've accomplished a lot.
Yeah, no, for that
So
person, sure, but just in terms of like taking out a rich person.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm
Okay.
talking about. People who have a massively destructive effect on the world.
So
All right.
sometimes
Who are
violence is
causing-
the answer.
In this, yes.
No, actually, I'm kind of with him.
Dude, at what point have I ever said violence is never the
I
answer?
thought for sure you guys would disagree
Fuck
with me.
no.
Nah,
Violence
there's
is-
some people can't be reasoned with.
Violence is
Yeah.
100%
Yeah, no, I'm
the
kinda
answer.
There's a rabid
sometimes.
dog thing. You guys believe in the death penalty?
Oh, whoa.
No.
wait.
Oh,
No,
what?
that's different.
Wait a second.
No, that's entirely different.
It's not at all different.
I'll tell you why it's different. Is because what I'm talking about is stopping someone.
Yeah.
I'm talking about stopping a thing from happening. Someone being in jail for the rest of their life, that's fine. We don't need to kill them. I don't care
Yeah,
about that.
they can be like
I don't
solitary
give a shit.
confinement. Yeah,
it costs
like
more.
then wouldn't the moral decision then to be not kill this person but to put them in jail?
That's. Oh, okay. If
Well, that's not the would you rather. Though.
that's not the would you rather. If
Okay, we're side quest. I'm using his term.
if
Okay.
you could guarantee that, well, let's just because we're not talking about the other alternative, putting in jail. If you could put our president in jail forever, 100% assurance he is never getting out. But then you still kind of have a cult on your hands of people who are gonna.
Are you? I'm trying to process this a little bit.
No, okay. So what
I guess I'm just. I don't. Can I
Hey,
do
you
this?
thought January 6th was bad. Can you imagine
Yeah.
them trying to storm?
Yeah.
What's
yeah,
up?
good point.
So I just
Rikers-
want to be clear, and this might be really controversial. I know a lot of people are comparing Trump to some of these awful people, but he hasn't really.
Oh, dude, here's the thing.
Killed-
This is stopping Hitler in 1939 instead of 1945. It's the same, dude. Alligator Alcatraz. Like, come on, man.
Trust me, I don't want to be even
Accomplish?
remotely like in a defense posture
put me on the
for
list.
Trump.
Put me on the FBI
But-
list. Whatever.
But no. I'm not even gonna like
I think
where it's going.
the amount
it feels like this.
I think
Yeah.
you're right. He hasn't done that, but he's done a lot of shit that is below the surface. I mean, the fucking bill that they passed will have massive deaths tied to it. Massive. Getting rid of USAID. There's an estimate.
But
that
isn't
in
there
the-
like CEOs like Luigi Maggioni killed that would be on the list before Trump though because they're
No.
actively doing it?
No, because
Okay.
because the influence he has, the massive, and he signaled his intentions so clearly. He has everybody under him, and the stuff he's already doing. Like I just was starting to say, when you cut me, no, I don't care about that. The USAID, there's an estimate, like a neutral estimate, that 14 million people, preventable deaths will happen because of gutting that agency.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, no, there are lots of CEOs, maybe like some CEOs. Yeah, but not that scale, dude. The scale of the destruction that this dude is already, and it's not just him, but like he's the most powerful
you got to take some responsibility
person
for,
on the planet, essentially. I mean, whatever, but more for all intents and purposes, he's the most powerful person on the planet. And so if someone is that horrific with that much power, I don't care if they haven't done the genocide yet. They are clearly locking down police, the like taking the National Guard into cities, literally building concentration camps, sending people to foreign prisons to be tortured and killed. Nah, man, this is the same shit. It's the same shit. It's the same shit.
All right.
And I
don't know if I agree with you, but I hear you.
You know, it's I mean, fine, you're wrong. I mean,
no, you don't get to say that.
Well,
but
I believe that you are sorely incorrect. That's my thing.
I get it.
Not you as a person, your opinion on this. But like, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. But
But there's someone who's. Let me put it this way: there's someone who's actively doing a genocide as we speak, but you're not choosing that.
Well,
person.
I might. Well, maybe yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I think
Okay.
if it's today, I think I'm pressing that button.
Gotcha. Okay.
Well,
All right.
but that's the thing. Can you figure out where they are on the list? You can figure out
well,
the
I
other
mean,
one.
I
the
think-
game has to be
I-
that we do know where they are.
Well,
right?
yeah.
No. If you can Google and
Yeah,
research.
no, that's why-
But is that going to be enough information? Like,
Yeah,
you
that's
look
true.
Up,
That's true. Then there's a risk.
yeah,
There's a risk.
You
of,
look up
no,
these other people because they're going to be on Forbes. You can't figure out necessarily where after
Well,
the
then it
top
become-
50. I don't think you can.
We
really
should
figure it out
research
that
that.
easily.
Then it becomes like a
Then you're taking risks.
practical problem and not a moral problem.
Well,
the chances,
I think it's
but
both.
the chances of us winning the lottery of 8.1 billion people.
Whether it's worth taking a 1 in, let's say, 20 chance.
But then you might get it wrong, and then you pick the wrong guy, and they die.
Yeah, but they're probably a
or
billionaire
woman
anyway, and they never do anything good. No. I'm not quite that cold, but I'm close to that cold. But
I ain't gonna lie. If I accidentally took out Bill Gates, I'd probably feel a way about it.
Yeah.
He's like one of the ones I kind of like.
Yeah.
If I
he's
took out Bill Gates, I'd be like,
his reputation is too good for who he is. But
there's a lot of people who think he's doing all kinds of crazy shit.
He's a mixed bag. And that's being generous.
I don't think you know.
No, that's fair.
I do know.
Of course we don't know.
I do know
really,
the only thing, and this is, I'm probably going to get this way off, is that didn't his wife not divorce him because of how much he spent time with Epstein?
Wait, what?
I might be totally. I might be now giving some conspiracy theory that's completely not out of nowhere
But
and
that's
wrong.
what podcasts are for.
But that's what we do.
That's right. That's right.
That was one of the things I thought that I read, but it could have been who knows where it was.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But I'll tell you who I would really not want to accidentally get wrong and push the button is Jeff Bezos' ex-wife.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she does seem pretty
She's
awesome.
cool as shit,
Yeah.
dude. She literally said... taking her at face value. Well, no, she can show her work too. She's given away $15 billion already.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she's not going to stop till the safe is empty.
Yeah.
How fucking cool is that?
I love it.
So, no, but
All these conspiracy theories got you nervous now, bro.
no, but I'll if I can, I wouldn't play the I hope they're this number game. I would make sure.
Mm-hmm.
It would have to be somebody that's verifiable, and I'm pretty sure one guy I'm thinking of is pretty easily verifiable.
Mm-hmm.
And I would absolutely do it. Absolutely. I think you never know what you're going to do to actually in this situation.
Yeah, that's right.
But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do. I feel fairly. I'm not confident about much. Like period in life.
Yeah.
But given that opportunity, yeah, I would absolutely do it. Make $35 or whatever.
Okay.
Here's what I think. I think that it just in this game, I think it's really important to take things as seriously as possible, right? That's why these things would be fun, right?
Man.
I think this about people who have guns and people who are enthusiastic. Be like, I'm a gun owner, and I got the concealed carry, and if someone comes into my house, boy, I'm gonna shoot them. All that kind of shit. I've seen so many stories and read so many things where people are basically say, you have no idea what that experience actually is. Because most of the time when people get shot, they don't just fall down and die like the movies.
Right.
They scream in pain.
Yep.
And they call for their mom.
Yeah.
And they are in agony. And they apologize. And they say why. And they say please. And they plead. And then they bleed to death. And then they get more and more quiet. And you're the only person in the space. And then they die.
Yeah.
And you have to live with all of that. And I've seen a couple things, traumatic things like, not that, but enough where my brain goes, don't ever be in that position. Don't do that. So I'm not saying that you're not doing any of this, but in my brain, I'm like, could you just hit the button and kill someone? I'm like, ugh.
Okay, here's the part that I'm probably wrong about, that I would just do it.
Right.
I don't think that's true. I think I would sit there and I would probably agonize and I would probably really weigh it out. I'd be like, do I want to be... Would everyone know that I did this?
No, just the next person.
Just the next person up? Can they tell people?
No, nah.
Yeah, okay. So
Nah.
I don't give a fuck.
The only
Unless-
the only
Just you.
off chance it'll be like it's someone's
Unless
family
someone
member
who wants to-
just happens.
Well, but the thing is, this is way too serious for that, but I'll die for that.
Well, that's
what
the
I mean?
thing, because even then, let's be real. If you get $8 billion, even if you got $8 billion,
And they're not going to be able to guess me.
Yeah,
by
it's
the
going to
way.
be exactly. Yeah.
Unless that Palantir shit, they might have it real locked up.
So
in
it doesn't
years.
have to do with the money. It's more about the individual.
No,
It could be the
It
money
would be
for you. It just
amazing
depends on what you-
if the worst person in the world was number 6 millionth. That would be awesome, because then I would get enough money to never have to work again, but not enough that I'm an absolute psycho.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like that's the ideal amount of money is $5 and $10 million, because then you're good, but you're not you're not a monster automatically.
Yeah.
If you have $1 billion, you're automatically a monster.
Also, I think your life becomes, I don't know any of this for sure, it becomes super complicated.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, can I have enough to maybe add 2 bedrooms and a pool? to
I
this
just
house
wanna
that
not
I
have to-
currently live in. That's
I just
all I wanna
to.
do.
I just want to not have to work anymore because I know that I will do stuff. I'm not just going to
Yeah.
lie by the pool. That's not my
Yeah,
style.
no,
You
that's
know, I
right.
probably do
Sure.
that more than I do now. But like, I just want enough to not and to be able to secure a future for my child
There you go.
and take care of my parents.
There you go.
And that's it.
Yeah. I watch a lot of football. So
Okay.
I'm watching a lot of like, their salaries and new deals and all this kind of stuff. And it is the amount of money that I think even like, I'll call them low level, which sounds shitty for these amazing athletes and doing great things. They're making, a new cornerback for the Steelers is making $2.3 million this year. And I'm like, that changes my life forever.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
And that person, that's like their third or fourth deal that they've
Dude.
made because they're and I'm like, that changes my life forever, man.
Mm-hmm.
That changes my family's, my close, my
No, it's
immediate family's
generational wealth.
lives.
That's
Yeah.
what that is.
And it's not
I would
$30 million. It's 2.3.
100%.
Like-
Well, yeah, 2.3 is not automatically generational wealth, but if you're not dumb, if
I'll-
you play it
I was gonna
right,
say,
it
I'll
is.
put it like,
Yeah.
I don't think I'm a lottery person
if you're
who.
careful,
There's
then-
people who won the lottery who like go broke in like 3 years
'Cause
I'm
they
like,
just buy
that's-
everything,
Yeah,
they
it's
pay
not.
everything,
I
just throw it,
wouldn't
yeah.
do that. Like
I
I have accountants in my family, and you know what I mean.
Sure.
Like I'm not worried about that, but I do think of that like that degree of wealth, and it's like
You
man,
want to know whose button I would not push? Lamar Jackson.
Shout out to Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
Holy
Lamar.
shit!
That's
Do you know
my
about
guy.
this?
No, I
About
just
this
like he's
Tuesday?
great on fantasy.
But
he's just
That man carried me last year.
all right, well, that's great. This is different from that. Baltimore Ravens rising star Lamar Jackson has donated his entire $12.9 million bonus and sponsorship earnings to a homeless shelter initiative,
Oh,
helping
man.
to fund blah blah blah
Fucking
blah
incredible.
blah. 12.9. You know how much
Yeah.
money that is? Like, obviously he has a bunch more.
12.9.
I think I got that actually. Yeah,
It's I know. I'm sure he has a whole bunch
you
more.
mean like
and
in
that-
dollars?
but that's okay. Have fun. But like just the ability to actually like that's a lot. That money's right in front of you. It's yours, and for you to go take all of that and put it over here.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
a big heart, man.
I just saw a
That's
thing
big
today.
heart.
That's wonderful, by the way. I'm a
Yeah.
I'm a Steelers fan, and I appreciate Lamar Jackson and how great that guy is. That's
Yeah,
blasphemy
man.
for a Steelers fan because he's a Ravens guy.
That's amazing.
But
dude.
there's guys like who's Taylor Swift's boyfriend? I'm totally
Travis
dropping-
Kelce.
Travis Kelce was just talking about. I'm sorry, it wasn't Travis Kelce. It was another tight end. It was a Gronk. You guys know Gronk?
Yeah.
right.
He hasn't spent any of his money that he made in the NFL.
It's like
That
it's
is
like the Jay
how
Leno
much
thing.
money he made in sponsorship.
Oh wow.
You know,
Okay.
you know that thing about Jay Leno. He loves to talk about it because he's the worst.
He is kind of the worst.
But it is really wild. Just as a fact, if he's to be believed, if he's
Yeah.
to be believed, he has not spent a dime of his Tonight Show money.
I've heard
It's
things
all.
like that, yeah.
Wow.
He's funded his entire life, including the garage. The legendary garage
Yeah.
with stand up money and just everything
Can
else.
you imagine? Yeah.
He did that off of all of his stand up.
I think that's what he said. Don't
I love it. He was like bullshit.
fact check me. Well,
but I get it.
Stand
Yeah,
up
yeah.
once he was the fucking host of the Tonight Show in the heyday in one of the heyday. So I mean, whatever. I don't give a fuck about whether it's that.
okay.
But
all right.
whatever it was.
whatever
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is. And also, he might just be full of shit. He seems like the kind of guy who.
Well, this
he seems
is-
like the kind of guy who would believe what he said.
By the
Yeah.
way, I
But
will
it's
say
not
this:
true.
if you guys ever seen any like early Leno stuff, do you know that guy was awesome? He was cool, and he was like,
We
he
need
was
you to
great.
Show your work on that one.
Yeah, like watch the documentary on the Comedy Store and how people. He was like revered when he was a young comic. He
Yeah.
was like the.
I mean, you don't
like
come
the
out
hit
of nowhere,
thing, and he was part of the
yeah.
reason why like the strike ended, and he was like a good dude. He was like
Oh, okay.
But I think
It's
what
good to know.
happened was I think he gained some fame and he became who he is today.
Yeah, and it made his
So,
head
just for what it's
literally big.
Literally, he has an enormous head. Just again, that's just I'll give him that credit from what I've seen.
I can buy that.
Yeah. But anyway, I do think it's fascinating people who make a certain amount of money and then they can give it away like that and not affect Anything they're doing? Like
Yeah.
that, no one told him he had to do that.
No one told me
Yeah.
what to do.
Why is it that
And-
I think I know the answer, but NFL players can do shit like that because they're actually very, very charitable. A lot of NFL players are. By the way, do you know that if tomorrow someone snapped their fingers and stopped all like golf courses and got rid of golf courses, it would destroy the charity business in the country?
Really?
It is over $1 billion a year is generated by golf course related charities.
That's wild.
Huh.
That's a real thing.
I mean, it makes sense, though.
Maybe I will change my my guy.
But that's a real thing. I can't remember why I was doing it, but I did this like research and maybe I heard it on NPR or something like that. And that was like one of the big things was like, yeah, everyone wants to like give golf courses a hard time because they ruin like the wetlands and all this kind of shit.
I will continue to do that.
I agree.
Yeah.
But one of the things was, yeah, you got to be careful. You can't just like get rid of all this shit because they generate a massive amount of charities, and it's over $1 billion a year.
Right.
Wow.
And that was years ago saying this, and I'm assuming it's still the same kind of thing. So I don't know. There's something to that. There's something to all issues or all conversations have some nuance, and what you think is one thing has some repercussions to it, right? I guess I'll put it like that. Word.
All right. I'm
Did
taking out number
was that
8
a
billion.
screeching halt? What the hell just happened right there? I don't know. It's just
Did you say Holt?
Holt. Screeching halt.
Screeching
That's Pennsylvania talk right
Both.
there. Holt.
Oh, by the
Could
way,
it be both of these?
do you remember when you
things?
told me last
Both is
week
funny.
about I said Appalachian?
Yeah.
I was coached by this wonderful woman.
I bet they told you to
Yes,
say Appalachian.
That's exactly right.
They take that shit personal there.
This
I
lady,
take it a little bit. I push
she
it away.
didn't
'cause I'm
like
this
hear
doesn't
this,
actually
but
matter,
she actually said, she was like, "Hey, just so you know, when you come out, it's Appalachian." This was before I even got there. This was a conversation on the phone a week before. She's like, "It's Appalachian. We don't say Appalachian. I just don't want you to walk out there and hear booze."
Yeah, you'll get that was a good thing for her to tell you.
That's right.
Really, they were wonderful. By the way, they gave me this
Yeah.
whole box. They got me shirts and like pullovers and
I went
all this
there
shit.
for a year.
Yeah, it's a cool little town,
it's a good-
Boone. I'd never been there.
Yeah, Boone's cool.
Yeah, I liked it quite a bit,
no
actually. It
complaints.
reminded me of, and I didn't bring this up either, but I went to WVU, which is it's a mountain town as well.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
bigger, obviously, but also we're nears, right? Isn't that the thing you guys say? Roll nears? Mountaineers?
I don't know.
We're both mountaineers.
I mean, Mountaineers, but
Yeah.
I never heard anyone say that. If I did, I would never talk
That's
to
what
them
they told
again.
me. Yeah, they said roll nears, and I was like, that's dumb, but I'm going to
That's
do
real
it.
dumb.
Yeah.
I don't think that was around when I was there. Ugh,
Maybe
gross.
not. It was really cool, man. It was a really fun like all the
Roll is taken
I thought
by
that-
those dorks. It's like Roll
Yeah.
Tide is like the worst. Why would you want to emulate
Yeah.
it?
You're at Chapel
I'm
Hill,
stuck
right?
on that now.
Chapel Hill, yeah.
Roll
that was
heels.
undergrad,
No, for my MBA.
MBA. But where'd you go undergrad?
UNC Greensboro.
Spartans, baby.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, that's great. Okay, I'm just kicking it around. Where'd you go again?
Chapel Hill.
Okay, all right.
And then UNCG for grad school.
Yeah.
We
Oh,
switched.
no shit. Look at that.
Cross paths,
All right, that's
ships in the
fun.
night.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
Very cool.
All right.
I feel
Clearly.
like that's fine.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
I think we're there.
Jason,
Not a
we
bad
were
way.
trying to, like,
Yeah.
Not a bad way.
I'm okay. I'm just okay.
All right, Jason.
I'm gonna finish my drink once we're off of here. It's fine.
I was about to say, you're still NC's funny. It's like,
Listen, I'm fine to continue. I have nothing to contribute. I'm done. I'm tapped out.
All right, fine. Well, I guess I'll
We
add
can
this.
rejuvenate it.
No,
No,
let's
no.
talk about this. Let's talk about our show that's coming up because
Yes.
we are going to be at the Copper Fox Distillery.
true.
That's right.
The end of the month.
Williamsburg,
Woo.
Virginia.
All my eggs are in that basket.
Oh, speaking of
Yeah.
eggs, it's a very spidery place.
It's a spidery place.
Wait, what?
I'm too good at this. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry,
That's
we'll
fine.
talk about it off.
But no, yes. So pretty much Labor Day weekend.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that. It's like the Friday and Saturday before Labor Day in Williamsburg,
Will that
Virginia.
help us or hurt us?
I know. That was my first thought, too.
Anyway.
August 29th
It's locked in,
and
so-
30th.
It's locked in
Friday,
now.
Saturday, 29th, 30th. It's going to be amazing. Copper Fox. So here's what I can say about Copper Fox. They have great booze.
Great booze.
They make great drinks.
Yes.
So if you like to laugh and have nice cocktails
Elevated kiln.
in an elevated kiln,
Oh, yeah. That's
I
true.
mean, shit,
Maybe not at this one.
It's flammable.
They probably do. I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, they might have, but we probably won't record there again. Now that we know what it is, yeah, we probably won't set up in there this time. But
Three's Comedy.
Three's Comedy Tour. Grab those tickets. We'll have the link.
Eventbrite.
We'll have it's on Eventbrite. We'll have the link in the show notes. Please come out and see us. Friday and Saturday. Anything else I should say about Williamsburg, Virginia? It's a cool place.
It is a cool place. We've all
yep.
performed nearby there, and it's really exciting to go back and perform there. And again, I can't say enough about the ownership and all the people who worked at the Sperryville Copper Fox. I know there's obviously association between the two, so I expect great things, very cool people. Yep. Mm-hmm. The shows are going to be great. I feel super confident about sort of what we do and how we're going to kind of blow the roof off this place. I'm really excited about it. Some of our friends were just there recently. Andy Forrester and Matt White had a great show there. I think it was a week or two ago. So we're gonna continue the great shows there in Copper Fox.
We are. We'll keep the tradition going. Also, any other shows people want to bring up?
Yeah.
Anything else?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I have at no point in recent memory have I felt less qualified to give anyone advice about anything.
Okay.
So.
Right.
That should tell you all you need to know.
You got bigger fish to fry, my friend. I will be at the Fort Wayne Comedy Club.
I don't think I do.
Fort Wayne, Indiana. That's right. I was doing my best for you, buddy. But that's actually this Saturday. I will be at Fort Wayne. I'm trying to think what the date is right now. My mind's blank.
Today
16th. The 16th.
Yeah, there you go.
August 16th. I'm excited. So the same ownership who was at the Crackpots Comedy Club in Massillon, Ohio, which was so much fun, man. That was really cool to be there. So I expect another great weekend out there in Fort Wayne. I've never been, so this will be my first time there. I'm excited about that.
Nice.
Headlining that show.
Nice, man. And yeah, this Friday in Cornelius, North Carolina, I have my joint custody comedy show. I'm be holding down myself. Don's got a show in South Carolina that night, so I'm gonna be hosting by myself. We got the return of Mimi Benfield.
Oh yeah,
everybody, because Mimi's back in town. We got Jen Snyder coming up.
Oh my
from
God,
South
really?
Carolina. And then we have Alex King on the show as well.
Very cool.
So it should be a good time. Those tickets are available on Eventbrite. You can go to 4.corners.comedy on Instagram if you want to find the ticket link, or you can just search it on Eventbrite, of course. But please come check that out. It's at Maui Boys Dispensary in Cornelius, North Carolina, so you can do other things while you're there. I can't necessarily say because I wasn't able to run ads on Eventbrite when I said it. So
oh no,
just
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Everybody, this has been another episode of Zoning Out. Jonathan's on the FBI list.
Yeah.
This is like the third time he's been added. They just keep adding his name.
I actually have been going through those background check sites and trying to remove myself. Honestly.
What?
Yeah.
Good job, buddy.
Oh man.
Not just for that, just because general privacy concerns. It's scary. It's scary out there.
It is.
Palantir.
I
Look
don't
it
really
up.
like that.
Palantir. Look it up.
Every time I've gone to film at like the federal courthouse here and other places like that, so many people have looked at my background. I'm good.
Yeah, who cares?
They
got all of our info.
They know.
Look up Palantir.
I don't know what that means.
Exactly. You're going to want to look it up, and then you might change your tune a little bit.
Okay.
Make sure you also look up our social media channels. I am Jordan Century.
Mr. Williams Comedy.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. And King Jason Allen.
King Jason Allen.
Zoning
NC's
out.
funniest.
And okay. Yes, NC's funniest. Zoning out.